Today we're going to be talking about the business development stages and the brutal, honest truth and lessons that we have learned over the years after scaling hundreds of startups and businesses at this point. What are the key areas and factors and levers that you should pull to drive the business forward? So if you're a business owner, you really want to pay attention to that to get to the next level as you scale to enterprise. And if you're coming into a new company, you want to understand where the business is currently so that you can make the biggest impact moving forward and see where you fit in. So today what I'm going to do is share with you guys the key stages of business development and how to scale the business very quickly. And then I'm going to follow it up with a real life case example of what we did at Perfect Clicks and where we're at right now, and also share with you some of our goals. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chad Agrawal and I'm the owner of Perfect Clicks LLC. We're a digital marketing agency based here in Parsippany, New Jersey, and we help businesses just like yours grow every single day. So when you're first starting out a new business, you don't really know what to focus on, right? There's so many different factors. Do you focus on product? Do you focus on marketing? Do you focus on your people? How do you really scale everything? Well, the truth is, as a single entrepreneur or business owner, you have to do everything yourself. If you do want to grow, the first thing you're going to need is sales. If you haven't sold something, it's hard to call it a business, right? So sales, when you're starting out and you're a one-person company, is the number one thing that you could do. Early on, a lot of your energy is going to be mostly sales, and then taking the few deals that you do get, fulfilling them, learning how to provide customer support, getting feedback on your product or service, and just improving and learning. I mean, that is just entrepreneurship 101, and that's where you get going. For us at Perfect Clicks, we passed that phase a long time ago. It was almost 12 years ago at this point. But we work with people every single day in this exact stage. So once you've mastered, selling and you've got some income, you have a customer base and you've built up, the next thing you want to do is focus on your operations. You want to have a quality product or service that people are happy with your services, with your business, right? You build a reputation. So naturally, depending on your business, your focus is going to shift from sales to operations, right? And so your operations is all about your product, your service, or your results. So for an agency like mine, it's all about, what can we deliver? What are the results? What is the customer experience? And what are the relationships like? So you can look at all the factors that go into your product and customer experience and really focus on your operations. I could take you from one person to 5 people all the way up to 20 people. I think that's really where it starts to break. But between that, that 5 employee to 20 employee range, it's a great company. It's a great time because you're still a small business, but you're growing and it's exciting. And if you have really great operations, you're going to have customers that are really happy, and you may not even need marketing. And that's coming from somebody who owns a marketing agency. So if you have a really great customer experience, people are going to tell other people, and ideally, you'll end up in this situation where you can't even keep up with the work. But then you have your operations that helps you fulfill all of that, and you become really profitable as a business, and you start to scale. And so once you get past that first 10 people or even up to about 25 people, things start to break. And so what you have to do then is really implement processes and systems on a whole nother level because the business requires it. So now your focus isn't going to shift from sales and operations. It's going to shift over to HR and management. And what you're going to be focused on is training, culture, goal setting, and ultimately alignment. You want to have your management team dialed in so that they understand what are the major key strategic objectives that need to be made, and also how are we going to get there, right? What are the things that we need to make this company work, to get all the systems and processes and tools to work together. And so that's a big challenge when you're scaling. As you get more people in the business, there's just so much happening at one time that you need that direction and you need the management. And eventually, if you're really there, and to be honest, we're not even fully there yet, is to really let go of leadership as well, right? And to pass that on. And so that leadership and that vision starts to take hold. And that's where you need to bring in more people into your team and really grow from within. The best companies in the world, we've worked for clients like UPS, they're built from within companies, right? So people who who are promoted from within rise to the top, and they're able to make decisions because they know who they're working for, and they're working for their team. And so if you want to grow your startup or scale your business and you're getting past that 5 to 10 employees or even up to 20 employees, you really need to look at the training, the culture, the process, the management strategies, and the innovation that's needed to take the business to the next level. Basically rinse and repeat and do that again. And that's what we've done, is letting the business evolve and scale, but by focusing on sales, operations, and then HR and management, and doing that over time based on what the needs of the business are. So when you're coming into any situation, you know what that business needs. For Perfect Clicks, I'm going to share with you a little bit of a timeline and history of where we've been. So when we started our business back in 2015, we actually started because I wrote an ebook about transferring from community college to a top-tier university. I went to NYU Stern. So I wrote that ebook back in 2009, 2010. That gave me the knowledge and skills to be able to drive traffic online. So basically I had a bunch of media sites that we owned and operated. We successfully bought and sold many of them. And we were really happy just doing a media company, right? So that was the original goal. But eventually I brought that to the private sector, right? And I started working for other clients. And so I really didn't know how other agencies worked because I was way too young at the time. And so I was pretty much doing like triple the work for a fourth of the cost. So naturally people were happy and they were getting results with what I was doing because I really wrote the content myself. I did everything myself, and that's how we got started. And so that's the way to really grow if you are in that stage, right? It's just to do sales and operations yourself. By 2019, the media business was doing really well. We had relationships with thousands of other publishers as well. So we also had a partner side of the business. And so we would write for many other platforms. We've actually written for people like Neil Patel. Literally been published on over 1,000 or 2,000 different platforms over the years. We had written, I want to say, between 5,000 and 10,000 articles for different platforms. And then in addition, we had written for the platforms that we owned and operated, so that we had the media side, we had the partner side, but we also had the client side that was growing at that point. So we started to focus more on the client side, changing over from strictly media and partners to media partners and clients. And then the clients presented a whole new slew of opportunities for us to grow our services with social media and paid ads and custom software. So by 2022, we were actually more of a client servicing business. We really became a full service agency. We bought an office building in Parsippany. And so the business was growing. We had plenty of opportunities. And that's where we kind of started to lose control, right? So we had a team of up to 20 people. We knew we could grow with any one of our clients, and they wanted more from us too. So we were having a hard time keeping up with the quality of accounts that we had, keeping up with the quality of work. And so that's where we also hit that breaking point in operations. It's really interesting to hear that, okay, the number one priority isn't sales, it's actually operations. And yeah, that happens. So if you're coming into a new company, you know, operations is really important. How you streamline it, how you organize your team, and get everybody working together successfully so that you can hit the next biggest problem, which is focusing on management and HR so you can tackle all those opportunities that your business has. Especially if you're a data-driven company, you're going to see more opportunities in the market that people don't even know exist and that you can consistently grow. So you need to have the sales, the operations, and the management in place to be able to capitalize on those opportunities. So by 2025, we're still very much focused on a client business, but we started introducing partner relationships where we not only work with our clients as clients, but we also have an upside or at a small percentage in the products that we sell, in the services that are rendered. When they grow, we grow, and we're able to reinvest some of those profits in ways that they might not have done if it was just classic client retainer model. So that gives you a good idea of where we've been, where we're going in 2028. We're hoping not only to build out the partnership side of the business, but we actually have some opportunities where we have full equity and we're able to take everything we've done over the years and scale them up. Also, if you do want to work with us, please do reach out to us at 844-4CLICKS. You can email us at info@perfectclicks.com as well. And we'll see you in the next video. I'll leave it right up here.